What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here with some Limit Break expansion discussions. So Global is about to have another batch, and I know JP are actually about to have another batch as well, which is pretty interesting, but of course most of the players watching this video right now are Global players, so that's what we're going to be focusing in on today. So let's just get into it. We've got a decent amount of characters to get into, and obviously if you guys don't know what we do here, we're going to look at the Limit Break expansions and determine whether or not they're worth expanding, because some characters get kind of crazy with their expansions, but I guess we'll see what we have here today. First character on the list, we're going to go from Legends down to the rare recruits, so starting off with the Legends, first of which is going to be a character that is not showing up because I got to clear the filter, that's why. We've got Kizaru. Now, Kizaru is one of the best Pirate Rumble characters at the moment. He's a great unit that boosts both slasher and shooter characters, so take that as you will, but with his expansion, he does get a buffed captain effect. Okay, reduces cooldown of all characters by 2 at the start of the fight, which is the same. It says boost attack of all characters by 3.5. Wow, okay. And then boost recovery of all characters by 1.35. And then if you use his special, it's a 4.25 times attack instead. Yo, that's a huge upgrade, considering like before it was 2 times attack and then 3.5 when you launch the special, and now it's just base 3.5 and then 4.25 when you launch the special. Look, honestly, that's pretty good. That's a good captain effect, in all honesty. If we're talking about like recent super evolutions and stuff, like this definitely is a good captain effect. But the problem is the fact that he's special. Like honestly, he's pre-evolved. He's like regular 6-star form has like a better special special set. Because like stage 1 is at 3 turns, so you can get like the high multiplier really quickly, but at the end of the day, like you're probably only going to be using his special on burst stages anyways, so he doesn't get any cooldown, unfortunately, and it looks like he doesn't really get much with his limit break aside from the new captain effect with his expansion. Yeah, and he does get the additional stats as well, so he goes up to 1962. That's pretty good, actually. Honestly, this is pretty surprising. I'm actually kind of surprised that his captain effect is as good as what it is. Do I think it's worth super evolving? No, this is not a character you're going to use very often, but I guess like if you have just a huge amount of material sitting there and you use this guy a lot in Pirate Rumble, then you may want to consider it. But in all honesty, myself personally, I don't think I would limit break expand this character. There's plenty of other characters I would do over this guy, in my opinion, but he's not a bad unit overall, not a bad unit. I guess he's okay. He's definitely not worth it in my eyes. So the next one is 2025, which is V2 Kuzan is getting his expansion. So last month we actually had V2 Akainu, and now, actually, was it last month or the month prior? It might have been the month prior, but either way, this guy's finally getting his expansion. So does he get a buffed captain effect as well? Actually, look at stats first. Yeah, 1962, that's really good. It's just the stats across the board are great. And captain, he does get a buffed captain effect. Okay, let's read this. So boost the attack of Quick Inside by 3.5, previously 3.25, HP by 1.35, which stays the same. Makes Quick Inside always beneficial. Boost the attack of Quick Inside by 4.375, following Sai Quick. So they don't really change his kit that much, they just kind of make him a little stronger, because this is one of the most annoying things about him, is the fact that you have to hit in that certain order in order to get the huge boost. But like 4.35, that's okay. It's still pretty good. You can achieve that every single turn, no problem. I mean, base 3.5 is kind of nice. I mean, look, if you actually kind of compare it, you know, Kizaru's captain effect is you know, kind of reminiscent of this in a way, in terms of like base 3.5, and then like Kizaru goes to like 4.25, whereas this guy's 4.375, so it is a slightly higher boost. But this guy only boosts Quick Inside, whereas Kizaru is actually a rainbow captain. But at the end of the day, their special ability is way different. His special ability is like just insane. Still to this day, this special ability is going to see usage. The great thing about this special is that it works really well with Shanks crew. You can run this guy as a sub on Shanks crew, and Shanks crew as a captain make Quick Inside beneficial. So that's one of the really good combos that you can do. Run a Quick Inside team with Shanks crew captain. This guy is a sub, and there's plenty of other good units you could use. You could use like V3 Laws, your orb booster if you wanted to. There's lots of good options out there, but either way, I digress. Let's have a look at what else he has. So he has -2 cooldown as well, so 12 turns for this special is actually really good, and that seems to be about it. Yeah, so nothing really too crazy there, but again, this is a character that you don't need to expand this character to get the most out of him, because the most valuable component of V2 Kuzan, should I say, not V3, but V2 Kuzan, the most valuable component is his special ability. So if you are using this character very often and you want to have that 12-turn cooldown, that would be the only reason why I would personally expand him. He's okay in Pirate Rumble, but he's definitely not as good as some of the other characters in the game. V1 Kuzan is still better in my eyes. V1 Kuzan is the best Kuzan in PvP. So I guess if you are using this character a lot to clear content, then yeah, you would probably do it. But again, it's not a character you're going to use that much. So that's all I really have to say about that. He's nothing like too crazy. Next Sugo-Fest exclusive is 2338, which is going to be Carrot. I know a lot of people looking forward to seeing what Carrot can get. Now, I believe she doesn't get a buffed captain effect. So let's go ahead and have a look. Stats, 2005 attack. That's really good. Really good stats across the board. And no buffed captain effect. Okay, that makes sense. Does her cooldown get reduced down to 10 turns? 10 turns! Okay, that's pretty good. That's actually really good. Okay. Fair enough. And that'd be about it, right? Yeah, so -2 cooldown and the statistical increases. Look, again, it's very similar in the fact that, you know, if you use this character a lot, you should do it, but again, it's not, you don't need this character Limit Break expanded to get the most out of her. Like, the -2 cooldown that she has is nice, but you gotta remember that if you're using her as a captain, like, getting her cooldown even like this is fine. It's not going to be very difficult to get her cooldown ready to go. Not going to be a problem at all. So, I don't really think Limit Breaking expanding her just for her cooldown is, like, that worth it. I guess if you're a huge Carrot fan and you want to get like the most out of this unit, then yeah, you would probably do it. Just like how I Limit Break expanded V3 Katakuri. I mean, V3 Katakuri is not a character you should Limit Break expand, but I'm just a huge fan of Katakuri, and that's why I did it, right? There's no real reason to do it. But again, like, you don't need to expand Carrot to get the most out of her. So if you do like Carrot, you can do it. If not, you don't need to do it. It's not a big deal if you miss out on expanding this unit. And now the last unit for the Sugo-Fest exclusives is going to be Whitebeard. Let's have a look and see what Whitebeard has. Alright, so let's have a look at his stats. Wow, look at his stats, man. 5,300 HP, over 2,000 attack. A little bit low on the recovery side, but that doesn't really matter. So let's have a look. And he does get a buffed captain effect. Reduces cooldown by 2. Previously was 1, okay, and he will boost the attack of Powerhouse and Strikers proportional to the crew's HP, 4.5 at max, reduces damage received by 20%, recovery to 0, so the -1 cooldown, is that it? Oh, okay, so before, his normal captain effect starts at 3.25 when you're at full HP, and then if you're at 1 HP, it's a 4.5 boost. So now, if you're at 1 HP, it's still 4.5 boost, but he starts off at a 3.75 multiplier. So it ranges from 3.75 to 4.5, scaling factor depending on your HP remaining. Wow, and -2 cooldown, and reduced damage received. Dude, this is a god tier captain effect. Like, if you expand this guy to just get this captain effect, I wouldn't be mad at you, because this is a very, very good captain effect. It's just like, do you need to do it? No, you don't, because if you're running a Striker and Powerhouse team, most likely you're going to be using Kaido as your captain. Let's be real here. But this is a very good captain effect. So let's see what else he gets. He also gets -3 cooldown. What the heck? That is crazy. I'm not going to lie, that's actually kind of crazy. Because what he does, it's a great special. Wow, I'm very shocked, actually. So he gets amazing stats, a very good captain effect, and -3 cooldown for his already very good special ability. Look, this is a character that I don't use too often, but if you are the type of person that uses this Whitebeard a lot, dude, I would not be mad at you if you expanded this guy, because he is very, very good. Plus, this is one of those characters that has like a really god tier support effect too. 3-turn despair removal anytime it gets inflicted to you and he attaches to Marco or Ace. Dude, this character honestly is really freaking good. Like, what the heck? This unit is easy tier 1. If I haven't got him as tier 1 on my tier list, what am I doing? This guy is actually absurdly strong. So, yeah, I guess that's it for the Sugo-Fest exclusives. Let's move on to the treasure map characters. So the first one is 2261, which is going to be Shanks. Remember with the treasure map characters, they don't really get too many crazy buffs. Most of the time, it's just stats and cooldowns. So let's have a look at what this character gets. So, yeah, so that's a typical limit break with the character. Cooldown goes down to 6. Wow, remember this guy Shanks has double special activation, so, you know, getting lowered cooldown doesn't mean that much. He already has double special activation, so that's basically about it. So let's have a look at his stats real quick. 1852, okay, 3-3 and 4-5-5. Yeah, he's got a pretty good recovery stat across the board there, so Yeah, he's okay. Look, if you use him a lot, you should do it, but again, you don't need to expand him to get the most out of this unit. You know, the minus cooldown is negligent for what this character tries to do, so I wouldn't really suggest it unless if you've got like excess materials. And then Doflamingo is the next one. So quick Doflamingo, again, a character that, wouldn't an expansion actually help this guy out? I mean, this guy isn't really used that much in the first place, but let's have a look anyway. Stats, a little bit low on the HP. Attack is decent, and recovery is very good. And his cooldown goes down to 11. Okay, I would have liked a little bit lower for what this guy does. He gives, if your captain's driven, all driven characters get matching orbs, including through block orbs, and he gives you 2 turns of 80% damage reduction. A lot of the times when I use this guy, it's just for this, is the damage reduction, and most of the time I don't even run him on like a driven-based team, because a lot of the times if you're running a driven team, there's going to be a Doflamingo somewhere else on that team compared to this guy. So a lot of the times when I use this guy, I just want this damage reduction, because it's 2 turns of very significant damage reduction at that. So nah, I can't really recommend expanding this guy. He's just not used that much. If this was a god tier Doflamingo that got used on like every single team, then yeah, you'd want to do it. But no, he doesn't really see much play. So those are the 2 treasure map characters that are receiving expansions. So let's move on to the rare recruits. So 1796 is going to be Diamante. Now, Diamante does get some statistics, of course, and he goes down to a 9-turn cooldown. So he delays for 2 turns, reduces Rainbow Shield and Blue Shield by 3 turns, and then right column type slots are changed to matching. I can't really suggest this too much. He does have Sailor Despair, the fear resistance, but why does he resist special bind? That's so weird, man. Like, what the heck? Okay, well, I personally speaking, I'm not going to expand this guy. He doesn't seem that worth it to me, because there's plenty of other characters in the game that just do what he tries to do that are just better units. Unless if, like, you need this delay for something and you want it on a lower cooldown. I can't really see too many situations where you would need this guy expanded, so I'd probably say no to this one. Moving on to 2152, which is going to be Pudding. Pudding, she's a pretty good rare recruit. I've been using her a lot recently on like quick GARP challenge teams, so let's have a look and see what she has. Her stats are pretty low. I mean, recovery is good, but her HP and attack are very low, especially after expanded. She goes down to a 10-turn cooldown. That's actually very, very good, because this is the type of special that you would use, sometimes multiple times per run, especially on those 10-star difficulty GARP challenges. So I would say if you're finding some of those 10-star difficulty GARP challenges, like specifically the quick challenges, a little bit difficult, this would be a character that you may want to consider Limit Break expanding, because her special's just really, really powerful. But, what she has? Oh yeah, that's right. She has a really interesting support effect, but honestly, I actually might do this. I actually might Limit Break expand this unit, because like on quick GARP challenge teams, especially like specifically against the Doflamingo challenge, this effect is very good to have, to reduce the paralysis by 4 turns, and she reduces despair by 4 turns. Both on the Doflamingo GARP challenge, these 2 debuffs both get inflicted to your team multiple times per run. So having a special ability like this that you can use on any of those stages, and also on top of that, she has full board orb manipulation, damage reduction, healing, and on a 10-turn cooldown, this is actually a really good rare recruit. Personally, I am going to expand this character. This is a really, really good unit to expand. Next one is 2238, is going to be Smoothie. This is a character that I used a lot back in the day, but I haven't used that much recently. So Smoothie, HP's okay. Attack's actually pretty good for a rare recruit, and recovery's pretty bland. And she goes down to an 8-turn cooldown, but you do have to remember that this character does have double special activation, and this type of special isn't going to be super useful in GARP challenges, but this is going to be like a good special to have for Colosseums or raid bosses, so that's what, you'd get the most usage out of this character. I don't think that expanding her just for the cooldown is really that worth it, because that's really the only thing that you'd use her for. Shipbind duration. Actually, I didn't even have a look. What is Pudding's last ability that she gets unlocked? She gets fear resistance. Wow, okay. I mean, that doesn't really make too much of a difference for herself, but that's interesting nonetheless. For Smoothie, though, as we mentioned, I don't think this unit is worth it, because you use her for double special activation anyway. You don't really need the additional cooldown, so that's my opinions on that. You don't need to do it. Next one, though, 2483 is going to be Kaku. I hope this guy has a good expansion, because this unit is, like, used a lot. So let's have a look and see what Kaku gets. Stats, yeah, pretty average for what you'd see. And he gets -1 cooldown. No, wait, hang on. That's a limit break, and then this is expansion, so he gets -2 cooldown from the expansion, right? Wow, okay, that's pretty good. So let's have a look. Yeah, -2, and then reduce Sailor Despair resistance, and he get special reverse. Ooh, yo, actually, you know what? Kaku might also be another very good character to do. I actually like this a lot, dude. The fact that he has the fear resistance and he has a sailor effect that resists special reverse. I like that a lot, actually. This is pretty good. His special ability across the board is really good as well. It does fixed damage, all orbs into whatever orb Kaku has at the time, and then he also reduces attack down, bind, and paralysis all by 5 turns. Just a utility beast. So yeah, this is also a very, very worth rare recruit to Limit Break Expand. And now the last 3 rare recruits, I mean, one of these 3 are kind of good, but the other 2 are pretty bad. Like Lindbergh, when is the last time you've honestly used this character? I can't even think of the last time I used this guy. Maybe on the treasure map of when he released. Stats, I mean, his attack's actually not too bad for a rare recruit. Recovery's okay, but he gets -1 cooldown. He gets fear resistance. What are his sailor abilities? That's actually pretty good, but nah, skip my man Lindbergh. Unfortunately, he's not good, man. Skip this guy. Next one is Belo. This is also another character that just you don't need. Though I know a lot of people use this character for their Free Spirit crit teams, so maybe if you use Free Spirit crit teams, you may want to expand her just for the additional stats, because that can be the difference between her surviving a hit or her dying, right? So you never know. But her stats are really low except for her recovery, which is very good. She gets -2 cooldown for her special, but her special is pretty bad in all honesty. And that's about it. Ship bind duration as well. Nah, this unit's bad. Belo is just not good. The only reason you should expand this unit is if you use her in Pie Rumble. That's the only reason you should be doing it. But this last one, I really am interested to see what they do. So Karasu is a very good utility unit here in One Piece Treasure Cruise. So let's see what he gets. His stats, I mean, pretty good attack across there. His HP is okay, and his recovery is also like relatively okay. And he gets no cooldown reduction. Wow. Damn, dude, that sucks. I mean, actually, does he get... Okay, he has Sailor Despair resistance. That's really good. Okay, I was going to say, like, what's the point of this expansion? But that third ability is so good because he'll have fear resistance and he can also reduce special bind whilst resisting fear. And he also has this as well, the special reverse resistance. Yeah, okay, look, that makes sense. That's fine. Okay, you know, the minus cooldown would have been nice, but at the end of the day, the fact that he has the fear resistance, I'm okay with. Yeah, this is worth it, for sure. This is 100% worth Limit Break expanding. So, the 3 rare recruits that I think are the best ones to Limit Break expand are Quick Pudding, Quick Kaku, and Quick Karasu. Those 3 are the best. The treasure map units are whatever. And then as for the legends, I don't think any of the legends are like outright, yeah, you must do them. But Quickbeard is definitely the best one of them. Kizaru and Kuzan are okay. Carrots is pretty meh. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's the rundown of all the Limit Break expansions. So, you know, there's not really too many of the Sugo-Fest exclusives that I can outright say are the best ones. And the main reason for that is because the amount of materials that it takes to expand these characters, it's a little crazy. If these characters cost like half the amount of materials that it actually costs for these units, man, expanding these characters to be like, yeah, definitely do it, you know, when we're in this little situation that we're in now, it's a little difficult to really go outright and say, you should Limit Break expand this character. It is way too difficult to do that. So the legends, I think you should only do them if you, like, literally use them on a daily basis. Outside of that, no, I don't think it's honestly worth it. The treasure map units you can do as you like, and then the rare recruits, as we mentioned, for this time around, Pudding, Kaku, and Karasu are definitely the best of the rare recruits here today, but you know, nothing really too crazy overall. Just okay expansions this time around. But this Whitebeard honestly was surprising when I read through what he does. He's actually pretty good. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this video today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. And if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.